Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm Ale.
And I'm Carla, and this is Booked and Buzzin'.
We are going to be diving into all things Quicksilver as we get closer to the premiere of Brimstone on November 18th.
That's right. Today we're going to be going over the bonus chapters that Callie Hart came out with. It's 3 chapters, all from Kingfisher's perspective.
Yep, it is the first 2 chapters are based on him defending Ahun Gate with his pack of wolves, and then the last chapter is getting ready for the dinner with Ceres. So we're just gonna recap it. I'll be honest, I don't think there's like life-changing information. Like it's like if you don't read it, I don't think like you wouldn't be ready for Brimstone.
What I'll say is it's a little confusing in terms of timeline. I think that this obviously all takes place before Quicksilver.
You're right.
And there are hints, right, of like why she gave us these bonus chapters. But they're kind of hints that, well,
That's true.
I mean, they're hints that like if you think a little critically, you might pick up on within just like the regular book itself. But it does like emphasize it for you. So, yeah, the chapters are a little bit, I don't want to say displaced because I understand that they have a purpose. I wish that it was a little more clear as to like,
The point.
yeah, which maybe it'll be made clear in the second book because I mean, Rebecca Yarros has come out with a whole bunch of bonus chapters too, and it becomes clear as you go, like the purpose of those. So I'm sure that we'll find out why. But yeah, there's nothing like major in the bonus chapters that that kind of like reveals something from the current book. But if you didn't read them, you're in luck because we did. And we're going to recap them for you so you don't have to read it if you don't want to. Yeah.
Because they're actually pretty long. Like, which is
Yeah.
interesting because I feel like most of the time when I get like bonus chapters from authors, they're pretty like a scene
Yeah.
or like 2 scenes. This was like 3 chapters.
Yeah. It was like a whole narration.
Yeah. That was cool.
Yeah.
So we're going to start with the first one, which is The Gate. It's called The Gate, Part 1. And I'm just going to talk you through a quick recap, and then I'm going to point out anything that we might have, like, I don't know, wanted to talk about.
Okay.
So,
Oh, this is your spoiler alert. If you haven't read these bonus chapters and you want to,
don't.
just
watch
come
this.
back after you've read them.
Yeah.
Or
Don't
go to our
watch
next
this yet.
video. Don't watch
Exactly.
this one.
So, I found the beginning of the first chapter pretty interesting because he said something that, like, the setting, a frigid wind chased across the mountainside, cutting through my leathers, carrying with it a stench of rotting meat and the tang of brimstone. And we know that brimstone is the next book.
Yeah.
Right? So then I'm like, what does brimstone mean?
Yeah.
And when I Google it, it said sulfur, which later on in this chapter, he uses that word again to describe the smell of the dragon's breath.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm like, something going on with this dragon and brimstone. Are we going to include dragons?
Yeah.
The other thing that it means, which is interesting, because since we're with the butterflies and Quicksilver, is it means a yellow butterfly or moth.
Which is interesting because we know that butterflies have significance.
Yep. A bright yellow butterfly or moth.
So this is the second time we hear about a butterfly, even though it's not specified which meaning. Brimstone, I mean, obviously you can infer it's sulfur, but you don't know, like, we don't know why the next book is called Brimstone. Obviously, we haven't read it.
Yep.
But let's say it
we're
is
gonna-
relating to a butterfly. That would mean that there's Osha, which is a butterfly in this one.
Brimstone.
And then Brimstone, which is another. So I don't know. It's just something to take note
Just
of.
bringing it out.
Keep it in mind.
Yep, exactly. So he mentions that right off, right? The setting is in Ahun City, and the whole idea is that him and his pack of wolves arrive to defend the city. We announce a couple new characters that I think may be important, but not really. I don't know. We have Renfist. He's there, but he was a twin with Morel. So that one we didn't see in Quicksilver. Danya's there. Corix is a new character for us. Foley is a new character for us. Vash Gideon, new character.
Let me tell you something. I was just like Valg, and then I kept going. Like I did not read the full name.
Vash. Lorith is there as well. And then
Lorith has dreadlocks in this.
yeah. And a beard.
And a beard. Interesting.
I know.
I was like, not the Lorith I pictured in Quicksilver,
At
but
all.
okay.
Same. They're kind of camping out. Renfest notices, this was hilarious to me because a black beast that's called many different things, and they named it Silent Death, the Drake, Old Blood, Grandfather Ash, no sé qué más. And I'm like, what is this thing?
Same. I was like, what are we talking about?
And it coasted through the city. And I'm like, it's a dragon. What the fuck? What is up with this? Like, depiction, whatever. So they're noticing this dragon. As they are regrouping with the rest of the pack of wolves, we learn that they're running away from a horde of vampires, right? So they're running away because they're en route to the city that they're going to try to defend. In the middle of this, we see a part in which Kingfisher is listening to the Quicksilver, and the Quicksilver is being like, run all together. You gotta go. And he's like, I'm not, like, I can't listen to this thing all the time. And he like doesn't. And then when he looks back and he's like, oh, like the vampires are right there. He's like, run. And they're all start running.
Yeah, he tells them to scatter too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the Quicksilver asked them to scatter. And Kingfisher's like, no, like I'm not gonna like let my friends die. So he doesn't listen to that.
Yeah, no, the Quicksilver tells them stay together. And and Kingfisher's like, no, fuck that, scatter, because he's like, oh, I get it. You're trying to create like a human shield for me.
Exactly.
Which is interesting because this is like the first time we get a look into like how the Quicksilver interacts with him and how it tries to protect him.
Yeah. Like, and then the Quicksilver tells him, you're the most important.
Yeah.
So I found that interesting.
True. You are the leader. But I get it. Obviously, it's his.
But I feel like it was a secondary meaning there. I don't know what it is, but I'm like, especially as you get deeper into the chapter. So he's running away. And then Dragon starts talking, which I found hilarious because Lorith was like, they talk. Yeah. So the dragon starts talking and said, you got here too late. So I'm like, oh, okay, so the dragon is on our side. But he's not. A little bit later, Kingfisher, the gate is open, or I don't know what exactly happened between them, but Kingfisher's like, so what did Malcolm, the king of the vampires, offer you for you to go against your oath? And the dragon says something like a shit ton of food, basically.
Basically, the corpses of those.
Yeah.
So the reason that they had the gates open was because
They were at a festival.
celebrating, and they keep their gates open for 7 days and 7 nights.
Yep.
I think it's 7 or 5 or something like that.
It's 5.
5. Okay. To like release all of the spirits, and then like Kingfisher's like, that's so fucking stupid in his head, which I was like, yeah, it is.
Great. Thank you. Do you not know you're at war? Do you like change the festival a little bit?
And then the thing is, they can't just close the gate because it's iron and it's like warded to basically like nothing can touch it except for fire drakes that have to be summoned.
Yep.
And they're not there. So they blew the horns to summon them, but it takes time. They haven't arrived yet.
Exactly.
So they're kind of fucked. The gates are open. The
So
vampires
it's interesting
can
that
get in.
Kingfisher can touch the iron, but nobody else can.
Want to elaborate on why you think he can touch it?
Because he has Quicksilver.
Yeah, that was so confusing to me.
Agreed.
Because I
know. Like, I don't understand why. We know that Quicksilver imbues weapons with magical powers. So you could assume that it imbues him with more power.
I guess.
Like, the shadows are his own thing.
Yeah.
But I think that he is made more powerful because of the Quicksilver, and that's why he was able to touch the iron, but it was a little bit iffy. Like, there was no direct. By the way, it's cold where we are, so instead of a drink, we're doing hot chocolate today.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm sorry, I cut you off. So you were saying that they're like running towards the gate that's open.
So then Kingfisher traps the dragon because obviously he's against them. And he's trying to convince, like, he basically tells everybody disperse and go in and like do the thing that they need to do. And then he slips and starts closing the gate at like when they're distracted. As he's trying to close this gate, Renfis, Laura, and Danya slip by, which I found like that kind of weird. Like you didn't see them slip.
I know,
by.
like it's literally open close the gate. You'll see them, but okay.
Okay. I guess you're like looking down and struggling to close this. I don't know. So they're pushing him to give him more power to close this gate because they can't touch the iron. So then whatever, they close the gate. And then on the outside, it's Kingfisher, Lorith, Renfis, and Danya to defend against like hundreds of fucking vampires. And then all of a sudden, everything stops and he sees like a really bright light and he's transported to somewhere else. And there's two girls giggling. And then he's like, motherfucker.
We know from this book who those characters are.
Yeah, which is Baal and Mithrin, the goddesses, the twin goddesses. So they're like laughing like goddesses. Like what I loved about Callie Hart's writing of the gods is that she wrote them so perfectly. Like they have zero consequence. They find everything entertaining. They need to be entertained constantly because they're so bored. They take nothing seriously. And they're like giggling and motoring. He's like, take me the fuck back. Right? So anyways, we learned a couple things. I don't think it's life-changing, but we learned that the first time that Kingfisher went through the Quicksilver, Belicon made him go without a relic. And he was a kid.
Of course he did.
Which was fucked up. The second time he went was because the god of chaos proposed something that he denied.
What does that mean, though?
It sounds like the god of chaos asked him, like, what is that word? Like, summoned him.
Okay.
Right? And he wanted to propose something for Kingfisher to do. And Kingfisher was like, no.
And then he was like,
but we don't
go
know
through the
what that
Quicksilver?
is. He had to go, well, he has to go through the Quicksilver. That's a good point. Because when he's at this gate, he didn't go through no Quicksilver to get through the gods.
I mean, I'm assuming they're gods. They created.
Yeah.
I'm assuming
So
they
why
just
would he
snatch you
have
up
to
from
go
anywhere.
through the Quicksilver to meet with the god that time, but not this time?
Maybe now because he has the Quicksilver in him.
Also a good point.
I don't know. Okay.
I don't know.
So anyways.
Anyways.
That's the second time.
Yeah. The twin gods say that their father has never intervened in matters of the universe, which we know is fake now, right? Because he did with Ceres.
Right.
What's cool is
But this
time.
might have been before Ceres' time. So maybe at that point he hadn't. Because this is before.
Well, wait, because yes, and also it seems like in the world of the gods, time is relative. Because he's talking to the twins and he gets like a scent of that's something that makes him go crazy. And he sees what we know is Ceres talking to Sereth, the god of chaos, at a different time and way in the future at the same time.
Yeah,
So I feel like in this world, time is relative.
definitely.
You know? So anyways, he sees that. Whatever. He gets gifted with an ancient blade. And then he comes back to real world. And then he's ready to fight or whatever. That's the end of the bonus chapter.
That would be, I guess, chapter 1.
That would be the gate part 1.
Yeah. So then it follows with literally right where you leave off. He basically wakes up outside of June. I don't know how you say that. Ahun. And he sees that civilians are essentially fighting for their lives. You know, the ones that are stuck outside of the gate.
Yep.
And he also sees his wolf pack. He sees Renfis, he sees Loreth, and he sees Meryl, which is Renfis's twin sister. He sees, and he says, like, these are just brave people that, like, ran out with like a sharpened broomstick. You know, like they're not trained soldiers. And, you know, there's this guy like trying to fight a vampire, and the vampire's like, I'm gonna eat you. Like, it's like, that's
Like,
hilarious.
what are you talking about?
Yeah, and he like decapitates it with his shadow stuff, and so he's like fighting civilians, right? And Lorith is like right next to him, and out of the corner of his eye, no, Lorith sees the dragon. The dragon's just sitting there, like just watching everything, and Lorith is like, why isn't he moving? Like, what the fuck is he doing? And
But that's why Kingfisher had like trapped him with his shadows, right?
No, he's not
That
trapped
stopped.
anymore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, mayhem has broken loose at this point. The vampires are upon, you know, the civilians that are outside, and then his wolf pack that was able to slip through the gates, like, which is all of them actually. You come to find out all of them escaped. But anyways,
This port.
I don't know. I was so confused because I was like, I thought you guys were behind the gate. Like, why are you all out here now?
So what was the point of him getting so harmed with this iron for?
I don't know. I feel like maybe the gods rejuvenated him because he was like, he wakes up and he's like, I could like lay here and die because I guess of how tired he is. But then he's like, I can't just let like my wolf pack die and these civilians, like I have to keep going. And he looks to the side and he sees like a farmer who's like, and he has his like sharpened broomstick, and the vampire's like, and he's like, all right, let me start here. And he shadow kills that thing. And so when he gets up, he's like, Lorith is right next to him, and Lorith is like, why the fuck is the dragon not doing anything? Because the dragon's just standing there looking at everyone. And Kingfisher's like, he's assessing, like he's picking what his next move is going to be.
Who's going to win in a way.
So essentially, let's say like Kingfisher's right here, Renfis is like over here, and then this is a mountainous area with snow. There's a mountain, and then Meryl is fast as fuck. Kingfisher says she's always been the fastest of us. Meryl is booking it, like on the side of that mountain. She has a kid in her arms, and I guess she's trying to make it back to the city that is now like fortified.
Yeah.
And I actually do know how the rest of the wolf pack got out because they say it. But whatever, that's
What did it?
so the fire drakes did show up eventually.
Yeah. Yes.
And they were like, just give us 5 seconds, crack the gates, and then they all rushed out. Danya, everybody.
Jesus, what was the point? Anyways.
I mean, the city is secured, so I guess that. But it also sucks because it's like I wanted my friends secured too. But I get it too because like I wouldn't just be like, you can die.
I'm going to look at you from this side of the
Bye.
gate because I'm safe here.
So Meryl's booking it. Kingfisher's like, she's fast as shit. Like, she's the fastest of all of us. And she's holding a child in her arms trying to get back to the city. And Kingfisher clocks it as soon as Renfis does that the dragon is like, you. And he like leaps and starts flying, like gliding really to her. And Renfis, that's his twin sister, it's a bond like no other, and I'm sure in the Fae world it's even stronger.
For sure.
Renfis starts shooting like balls of his energy light magic at the dragon.
And the dragon's like, LOL.
But it's like instant, bro. The dragon's like immediately swallows, chars her. He like lights her up, eats her, crunches that bitch up. Her and the kid. It's a dragon. Does it really need a reason? It's a shitty dragon, and also because like they just fucked up his whole like
Operation.
Meal plan essentially. Like he was gonna eat everybody in that city. You guys just fucked it up. So I'm sure he wants to pick them all apart. So he eats Meryl, and then Renfis fucking loses it. He's far from the dragon too. It's not like he's like right in front of him. And Renfis starts charging up like his magic energy, like, and he is like light is coming out of his eyes, his mouth, like he is like overdoing it. And Lorith was like, he's gonna burn out. So Kingfisher, he's not close to him. He's like, fuck, we need to get to him like now. And unwillingly, he summons a shadow gate, which he mentions, like, I haven't been able to do that for months. The last time I was able to do that was when I was trying to save Lorith's life. Like, you know how Lorith was dying and he saved his life and gave him a part of his soul. That's the last time he was able to do it. So they jump through the shadow gate. Lorith is like right behind him without even having to ask. He follows along. And they pop up right next to Renfis. And Kingfisher's like, look, just let your energy go. We're going to kill this thing. I know what he did was fucked up, but like, we got this. Like, please, you can't do this. You're going to die. So he lets his energy go. It basically slaps the side of the mountain and it injures the dragon like slightly because it's like, oh, the dragon shudders, but then it fucking goes off and continues to be a menace. Yeah. And the dragon takes off and he's just like scorching areas. Like he's not landing. The whole team gathers up. Renfist is like on the floor, knocked the fuck out. And Kingfisher's like, take him and put him somewhere like safe. Like you gotta do something. Oh, I'm sorry. The fucking dragon hasn't taken off yet. Kingfisher, while they're doing that, he's like, I'm gonna pull up on the dragon. So he does another shadow gate, pulls up, and then he's like, I'm gonna like restrain him. And he does. He restrains him, but it's way too much. So he's not able to like keep hold of the dragon. And the dragon breaks free and flies off. So he flies off, and then like the whole team, the Quicksilver starts talking to him, and it starts to show him Meryl, the sister, in everybody, like in the vampires, in like the kids that are dying, in the ladies that are screaming for help, in the old people. Like it's Meryl everywhere. And Kingfisher's like, fucking stop. He's like, it's this fucking Quicksilver. It fucks with me. It likes to like give me hallucinations, and like I never know what's real or not when this happens. Like, and he's like, fucking stop it. And it doesn't stop. Like it just keeps going. And he's like literally walking in like multiple bodies of Meryl. And then like Meryl starts talking to him and she's like, you did this to me. I'm dead because of you. Look at me. Look what you've done to me. Why did you? It's just like tormenting him. Yeah. And Kingfisher is like, he's having a moment. He's like, fucking stop, fucking stop. And the voice of the Quicksilver is like, go to your friends. Like, go back to your friends. So he's like, bet, I need to get the fuck away from all these bodies. And he shadow gates to them. Renfist is awake again. And they're like, we need to take that dragon the fuck down. But it's flying at this point. It won't land. So there's like a cliff-ish area, like a place where it can land. And Danya's like, look, there's nowhere for this fucking dragon to land. The only place it can land is that area. And it's going to have to land at some point. This motherfucker is literally just like scorching. He's like throwing out his vomit, like fire.
His vomit.
Vomit fire. Yeah, because that's how it sounded. It kept being like his lava, his brimstone.
Yeah, it's like molten lava.
Yeah.
It's not just fire. That's interesting. That's a good point. Mm-hmm.
And then, so they shadow gate to this cliff. And sure enough, the fucking dragon comes around. It's like on its third turn. And I really liked the way she described this part because she says the dragon was so black that you couldn't see it in the night, but they were only able to identify it because the stars were going out in the pattern of a dragon. And that showed them like, oh, that's the fucking dragon. And like when he would move, those stars would reappear. So he like gets on the cliff and they all like try and go ham on it. Danya has a god sword. So she's like, if anybody can pierce this thing, it's me. That shit bounces right the fuck off. Renfist tries another like magic blast at him and it like shudders a little bit, but it doesn't do shit. And Kingfisher's like, all right, well, we're not going to pierce the skin. We need to go for its weak point. I'm running towards its eye. And they're like on the dragon. And at some point, one of the new characters that we meet falls the fuck off. And the Quicksilver tells Kingfisher, ignore him, survive. Like, fuck that guy, focus. And he's like, it's a cruel thing to say, but it's the fucking truth. Like, I can't worry about that guy right now. So he runs to the eye of the dragon, and the dragon's like, that's hilarious. And he moves his head, and Kingfisher falls. And he summons another shadow gate, but the dragon's like, ow, not this time. And he grabs him, gets him in his mouth, and Kingfisher's like suffocated by the sulfur that he smells, the brimstone. And he's like, I have to take one deep breath and just like gut this thing. And he stabs his new god sword in its mouth, and the dragon dies like almost instantly. Yeah. But Kingfisher stays stuck in its mouth. And this is really the only part where I was like, okay, I can see maybe the point of this bonus chapter. He sees Meryl again, but he sees like her spirit. And she starts talking to him, and she kind of like teases him a little bit. Like, she's like, oh, we never had our shot. Like, we never had our chance. And Kingfisher's like, yeah, there was, in his head, he's like, there were always like, the promise of what could be, like little miraditas, little looks. And he's like, I know, I'm sorry. And she like giggles and she's like, oh, please, you were always like my brother. Like, it would have never happened. I grew up with you, like my brother. Like, I know I've been your sister your whole life. And she's like, but listen, I need to tell you some really important shit before I leave. Number one, a piece of my soul, I've attached it to your godsword. Which Kingfisher is like pissed and he argues about.
His sword is named Nimrel.
Which he screams like nonstop when they're fighting the dragon. And then she's like, number two, your mother loves you. She says that she loves you. She's with you. And then the most important part is number three, she says, guard your real name.
Yes.
Don't tell people your real name. And then like mid-sentence, she gets cut off and disappears.
Yeah.
And that's how
That's interesting.
chapter 1, part 2, chapter 2, whatever you want to call it, that's how it ends.
Yep.
So, I mean, look, the key things that we learned about these bonus chapters, I would say, is brimstone, the sulfur, and what
Some clues.
importance that can have in the next book. And also, which we already kind of speculated that Kingfisher has another name that we don't know about. It's kind of confirmed now. I mean, I don't know if they call him ever by his name in the bonus chapter, but
Nope. It's all Kingfisher.
you can assume that we don't know it.
No, I don't think we know it. I think someone would have come up with like, I found it.
Yeah.
So we don't know it.
I guess it just emphasizes the importance that it's going to play in future. And thank God, because Kingfisher, ese nombre está de madre.
I don't even know how we got that name.
I don't know.
No. Okay. So then we move into the third chapter. And this third chapter is happening alongside Quicksilver in his POV, which is like before he has that dinner that Renfrew set up for Ceres and him. There really isn't much to mention aside from like a lot of like sadness. He's in his childhood home. He remembers his parents. His dad was always very sweet to his mom and giving her like a bunch of beautiful dresses and all of these things. She remembers he remembers certain like conversations with his mom. Like it was just sad. It was just like reminiscing and sad. And during the time that he's there, he is going into the room where his mom's dresses are and stuff. And he finds one dress that was made for Ceres. And I guess it makes sense because she's an oracle. But he was like, this is too much. I think that I think he was just sad, the majority of this POV. Like, for example, like Archer, which is one of the creatures that lives there. That's kind of like a
The
servant.
little charcoal.
Yeah, I love him. He's like trying to be helpful, but you can tell in his POV that Kingfisher's like, I just wish he'd leave, so whatever. I took a moment to collect myself once he disappeared into the library. Only when my pulse was steady and I felt grounded did I skirt around my mother's bed and open up the double doors to her dressing chamber. Jasmine, soft laughter, the brush of satins and silks against my cheeks. And where can my son be? Where is my Kingfisher? He couldn't possibly be hiding here. I shook my head, dislodging the memory. So he's really just reminiscing all of this, blah, blah, blah. And he's looking for boots because he wants to give Carrion shoes because Carrion doesn't have any shoes. But in the middle of this, he grabbed the boots and he's about to like just eagerly get the fuck out of there. He halts and a row of garment sleeves were tucked away right at the back of the wardrobe. Like a bunch of beautiful clothes, blah, blah, blah. The handful of dresses shouldn't have caught my attention the way these ones did. But he's like, what is these dresses? And a voice as familiar to me as my own, though I hadn't heard it in a lifetime. Hers, my love. These are hers. His mom had made Ceres a wardrobe.
That's really sweet, but also kind of creepy, like in terms of like I don't know. I guess it's a surreal moment where it's like, for him, it's very sweet. For her, I'd be like, wait, so like, you have just always known that I was going to come and your mom has like closed, sweet. But also, I don't know. I guess if maybe it was built up for her, which it just wasn't, it was all thrown at her all at once, then it would have been, not that he's telling her.
No.
But when you're reading this, it is sweet. It's coming from his perspective.
Yeah. And then he like shuts it off. He's like,
Yeah. I wish that we would have gotten a chapter from his perspective when he's being a douche to her, though. Because.
yeah. But he, like, at the end of this one, remember, he goes like, I have to make her hate me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but yes, I agree.
But
that one.
I just feel like he was so awful that I would like to see how, like, what was going on in his head while he was saying the horrendous shit that he was to her.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah, because that was vile. I'm never going to let that go. So then anyways, he's walking around. He's going to go try to find Carrie Ann. He finds Carrie Ann. Carrie Ann is being himself and being like annoying as fuck. And they're just going back and forth like with banter. And then all of a sudden, he's like, listen, these boots, you need shoes. These boots are yours, but you need to take a bath. And Karen's like, okay. Sure. So that part, there's nothing important, but I did find some of his POV funny, right? So he's like, what's it called? Carrie Ann says, and yet here you are bearing gifts. I'm used to people falling fast when they meet me, but I think this might actually be a new record. Kingfisher goes, you think you're smart, don't you? He goes, fairly. Kingfisher goes, your mouth is the only smart thing about you. And then he arched an eyebrow at me. So the boots aren't for me then, Carrie Ann says. And then inside Kingfisher's mind, he goes, if I killed him, how long would it take for the human to notice? Like, serious. The rest of it is really just like him forcing Carrie Ann to take a shower and be scrubbed different layers of skin off. And then, so he's in her room and the door began to open. And he's like, fuck, she can't know that I was here. She can't see me. So he threw out a cloud of shadow. And she's like, oh, I have to take a shower, blah, 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 blah. And he's like trying to be like, what do I do? And then she starts getting undressed. And he's like, oh my God, I need to get out of here. So he like runs away. And then during the entire time, he's like, oh God, like I need to leave. He's stepping out of the shadows. He leaves the dress, which is the point, right, of him being in that room. But he didn't want to know. He didn't want her to know that he was in the room. Yeah. So like he leaves the dress that was made for her on the bed, which I found sweet. I guess you can find it kind of weird too.
No, I think it's sweet. Leaves. I just think from her prerogative, I would think it was weird.
Yeah. And then he leaves and he goes, I can get through this dinner. I can be an absolute pig. I can make her hate me just enough to make all this bearable for both of us. And when the time comes, I could send Sirius Fane back to her realm. I didn't have any other choice because she would never be truly safe here. It still doesn't excuse the vile ways that he treated her, but...
No, it doesn't. I don't know. You know, I think when I was reading this, I was like, wow, what a refreshing perspective of Kingfisher, where it's like, I don't know, like, you know, he's a good guy because the people in the book tell you he is. Like Renfest, Everlane, his team, right? His wolves.
They make him seem to be like this amazing guy, and I just...
Yeah, I mean, you can tell because of his team. Everybody's talking
everybody
about
loves him. Everybody respects him. Everybody...
But you are just reading him be a fucking
piece of
asshole.
shit.
So I don't know. Yeah. I wish that, like... I just still think he took it too far.
Agreed.
Like, you can be a pig. He could have been, like, objectified her and, like, all that stuff. But what got me was humiliating her sexually in front of people. Yeah. That's what got me. Where I was like, that's just too far.
Agreed. I agree.
So, I don't know. It was interesting in his perspective. I thought it was well written. I really liked the visuals that she gave me because I pictured everything so well.
Yeah, she does a great job at setting and world building.
Yes, she's so good at putting me in the actual scene.
Agreed. I would agree with that.
I pictured the snow. I pictured there's a scene or like a description of how like when the dragon is vomiting his lava,
molten lava.
How like the steam is coming off from all the snow, that it's melted.
Yeah.
And like it's very, even when he's closing the gate, like I pictured him
Agreed.
holding.
Struggling.
I think she's great at making you see what she sees.
Yeah, I would agree fully.
Yeah.
I think her world building and her setting descriptions are top tier. I think they're great.
I agree.
Yeah.
It was an
So anyways,
interesting 3 chapters.
Yeah.
I would kind of say the last one was a little pointless to me, but still, it's good. I liked
Extra
the before.
info. Yeah. Extra
and
info.
if you didn't feel like reading it,
now
we
you
read them
don't
for
have
you.
to.
Yeah.
So this is kind of a summary of the 3 bonus chapters. That way you can go in with all the information going into Brimstone and catch us back here as we continue to dive into Quicksilver before the release on November 18th.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.